Hello Grifters, welcome back. We are about to go into a boss fight in Rook's story here. You notice, long before you reach the drop point, that someone has been here way before you, and likely they're still lying in wait. It seems you'll have to draw them out if you want an introduction. You make yourself look preoccupied, and sure enough, your guest reveals themselves. Errand. I told you this lady would come back. Should have known you weren't worth your weight in peat. You shouldn't be so hard on yourself, Errand. All your slick talk and mustache twirling. Felimo might think he has you under heel, but I know how far a spy can be trusted. You've stolen our dirty little secrets long enough. Time to turn you into one. We will, of course, take the negotiation up front. Oh, we do get an advantage even if we don't do the negotiation first, huh? Ah, that's why I sometimes start with an extra action in the first turn, I forget. You have first strike and a bonus action in the first turn. First strike, what does first strike mean, I wonder? Huh. Anyway, we will of course probe for weaknesses. Are you sure this is how you want to proceed? I'm a spy after all. I'm trained to look for weaknesses. Kind of a bad opening turn here. Yeah. Too bad. But spin is nice. It's gonna give us a ton of dominance. At least 2 more. We won't lose this one, we won't lose that one. What is the point here? Whenever a weakness argument is destroyed, you gain a powerful card for the ensuing battle. After gaining 4 cards, the negotiation ends. 4 cards remaining. And they have 30 each. When you dismiss this argument, gain a weakness blind spot. Weakness telegraphed, gain 1 invasion. And then weakness dependent, expend all strange chemical cards in your deck. Nice. I'm assuming that's a good thing. So, let's spin to win. I like the evasion. That's a lot of damage for 1 attack card though, and weakness dependent, I don't feel like this is a big deal, but I don't remember what those chemical cards do. Well, we're already attacking this one over here. Let's focus it down then. Why did I not play the foot rationale first, you ask? Well, because I knew that we were gonna roll it anyway. Tacos your. Alright. Bad first turn. Just gonna say it. But we are losing a card at the start of each negotiation, so that's part of the reason. We lost what? It took away my head turner before. Not a big deal. So, a lot of liquid courage here, that's good. She's doing a lot of small attacks, which isn't a big deal. We will be playing the Visionary Vulgar, so we should do it first. Here's the unstable. Here I can set the coin. I will set it, of course, to snails. Also gaining us even more dominance, indeed. And the tall burn is getting good here. We should do it now before we end up gambling or something. Yeah, let's just do it. Good, and I guess we're doing the boosted grunt. Do it here. Okay. Again, a lot of small attacks here. It's not a big deal, really. We can do Rain and Snailbite. I'm thinking we want to do both for just the XP on those. That's a lot of damage. Let's get this one out then. 2 cards remaining. Ah, she destroyed my dominance. I didn't notice that I was gonna lose it. Even though it was a small attack, we could have... There was a lot of dominance lost, so that was kind of bad. Yeah, we definitely played the snail in the pocket this turn. I wonder if that counts for gambling. So we'll probably try that with the fallout. Pale fallout. So then, snail in the pocket. Let me find the snail bite. It's a 7 to 10 right now. So then I set the coin to snails. Discard a card. We will just do the liquid courage. Then come in here and say the snail bite did increase in strength for that. Perfect. Even if you set the coin to snails. Perfect. Oh, here I thought I was so smart. But improvising into raw does not count as drawing it. So that didn't work. I don't want to gamble right now. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Stem is about to level. Sounds good to me. Start fight. Oh, are we ready for that already? No, 2 cards still remaining. Okay, so we can end the fight earlier if we want, but we don't have to. On a negotiation. Oh, she's getting impatient now, so now she's doing way more damage. Yeah. Tricky. I want to keep going. This is the final negotiation of the day, so it won't end up here again. Like it won't matter if I take a bit of damage. Is the point that I'm trying to make and failing at. Okay. Now liquid courage seems like a good idea. We're not getting XP anymore either. But this way we're not taking any damage at least. Promoted trickery. Draw a card and prepare a card. That would level me via gap card. Oh no, except it won't because I'm not getting XP anymore. Damn it. Silly. Yeah. Oh, we still have an action. Okay. I'm not even sure that's super good. Like, getting this card here means that I will draw 1 less of my combo cards in the actual match with her, and then I'm not so sure that's it's not necessarily a boon every time. Yeah. It's kind of interesting that way. Are we about to get wrecked here? It's getting real hot in here. 2 cards still remaining. I'm gonna ask you to focus my core argument, then gamble. Then gamble. To get this one prepared. Hit here. We can even get the head turner prepared. Do we need to do that? We are doing the toll burn, obviously. If we could take out this card, we would end the negotiation. So close. The thing is, I don't want to spend... You're going to take a ton of damage on the core, but it doesn't matter. And these cards are not permanent. I hope I'm right that it doesn't matter. There you go. You can upgrade the brand. Good. Discard 2 cards or gain even more dominance. I don't think discarding more cards is good for us, so let's get the boosted brand. Negotiation card. Another snail in the pocket. Helmet. While this is in your hand, apply 2 composure to a random argument whenever you prepare a card. We don't do that often enough. I think the right call here is to not grab any of these cards. It could be the burn. Having yet another area attack. I think that's actually a good idea. Let's get it. And the illicit shifter. For battle cards, it's still not the time. At least the lifeline I can level without it. And then everything else it would be fine if it hit. But the arc deflection, I would love to get that leveled without the illicit shifter as well. You've been weighed, measured, and catalogued. To be honest, it wasn't very interesting. I'm not scared of you. Shut up and finish this. As you please. So we get these extra cards, yeah. And she's attacking me in turn 1, but I got the evasion, so we are not being hit. It's all good. Do we worry about this fight and do we want to play the Robone? Questions. Initial blinders for sure, then stone smoke. Then I want to spend the Pale Vent. I still have trouble really understanding this one. Spend all charge happens. I think it takes the actions first, then it attacks, which gives me the charge back. Then it spends all charge. But then this costs 1 less per charge, but that's already been done at that point. Hits all enemies. Yeah. So my point is, if I spend 1 charge to go 1 low, then it should cost 1, but then it attacks, giving me first a charge. So in theory 3, but at that point the action has already been spent, even though it would go down to 0. So I don't think it's the right call to play the boosted quickfire first. So, Pale Vent. Robo. I do think this could be a rough battle, and having an extra one of these is a good idea. Auto Dog. This is the highest tier of the robot dogs. There's the rusted one, then there's the couple dog, and then there's the auto dog. And this one's about twice as strong. It's pretty good. Pale Vent. Well, this one does less damage than the boosted quickfire. Why do I want to spend the Pale Vent here? It doesn't make sense. And the Pale Vent is still free. Okay, I'm not sure. Because I lost a charge and gained a charge from that other attack. Okay, I guess it does make sense. Staff Whip, but I evade. Good. Pale Induction. Spend all charge. Maybe gain charge. 3 charge. So then I get this one fully charged. Then we can do the enhanced trigger. And then spurs. Good stuff. Oh, we are wrecking this lady. Staff Whip. This is the strange chemical. Her chest cannon does bonus damage while this is in your hand. It's sticky, so it stays, and we can pay to remove it. Okay. Not a big deal. We have overcharge, so we can do the surge coil. We're not fully charged though. Ah, but we will get fully charged off of this. I'm starting to get to a point where I don't want to kill her too quickly, so we get the XP, but on the other hand, no, I don't think that's the right play. She still has a high amount of health, and she might switch into some nasty business. Get rid of that scimitar. Beam charge, what does that do? Beam charge. Lieutenant Aaron's chest piece is powered up and ready to fire. Alright, so she attacks with a big attacker hitting everyone. And my dog here is in the firing line. I can't save it. No, but it's fine. Model for the XP on that for sure. Still can do the char. And there's the tank that we then won't get any XP on. I can evade. We're definitely doing the gun smoke. Might as well do the evade. And then, do we still have all those in here? Yeah, okay, so let's remove them. So we don't draw them later. So, model, scanner then gives me 4 defense, and so does the targeting core. Targeting cores with the model is a really good combo. She's what? Power Surge. She's on the brink of death and will overcharge her chest piece every turn, dealing damage to all enemies. Okay. On the brink of death, that might be a little bit of an overstatement. But it's fine. I can handle it. XP here. XP here. And then we probably want to destroy a strange chemical to take a little bit less damage. It's also sticky, so we won't get rid of it otherwise. Good, and there's the lifeline. Also the boosted brain tick. Can I empty my charges? No. So just play lifeline. Ah, it still is in here? Damn, I was hoping it shuffled into the deck. Bad luck. So we won't play it again this fight. I'm still getting XP on cards, so I want to keep the fight going a little bit. I don't care about the auto dog here. Now no more XP. And down she goes. We are of course murdering her because she's a boss, so she gets good loot. Don't remember what this one is though. It is the negotiation card or level orange clearance, which is one of the best. It's awesome. And then here, oh, now we can get the one that prepares a card at the start of a turn. I think that's a good thing to get. The stacked deck. Even though we won't level it, it's still good. Discard up to 2 cards, gain dominance equal to their combined cost, or double the camera if it's hits. But you can get that with snails? No. No, we'll take the stacked deck for sure. We've got enough prepare cards to make that good. Here, Psionic Storm is such an interesting card. Insert 3 affliction cards into your draw pile. When drawn, apply a random debuff to a random enemy. Unplayable and replenish. So they are only... like it's 2 actions up front, but then it expends. And then you have these things in your deck that just applies random debuffs, and since we have the model, that's pretty good, but it fills in the hand. That's the only downside to the afflictions. How often do I fill my hand in the battles? I think pretty often, in fact. All your attacks deal 2 bonus damage if the target has a debuff. Another ability card. This is another slow play. This is also another slow play, by the way. So I don't feel like that is a good idea. Remove a random debuff from a target to gain an action. The thing, I have had that before. The problem is that it does not really work with the scanner. If you remove the scanner, that's such a bad roll, basically. I kind of like where my deck is at. I don't know that we need any of this. There's a chance that we get to level the Psionic Storm, which can make it cheaper, or insert 5 affliction cards. And with the model that we have, it can be pretty good. With the Pale Psionic Storm, it becomes relatively decent, I'd say. So it's bad because it fills my hand, but the deck is so big that we won't be drawing the afflictions every turn. Anyway, well, we've got a lot of replenish cards though, so that's not a fair observation either. We'll take it. And the Illicit Shifter. I'm 1 away from leveling the Lifeline, and we are 3 away from the Arc Deflection. So I'll leave it for now. You feel a pang as you hide the body. This is 1 death that won't go unnoticed, no matter how easily it might sink into beneath the muck. Alright. Well, she tried to kill me. I'll have to buy some graft slots. Nothing new there, nothing new there. Add more graft slots. We will definitely want a battle graft slot. And I think that's the only one we can afford. Yeah, that's fine. Do we want to buy a battle graft from you? Scattershot. Deal 2 bonus damage to targets with Ricochet. We're not playing Ricochet, so no. Anything here? No. Okay, rest in the back. No rest for the wicked, Hebel. Hebel shows you to your room. Your bed calls you. You hit the pillow like a load of bricks. A lot of new cards. You wake with a taste of blood in your mouth. You're not sure who it belongs to. Leave. Alright, you're so used to Hebel's grim demeanor that it takes you a moment to realize he looks even grimmer than usual. Alright there, Hebel. No bog mites feasting on your horns this morning, I hope. Calandra wants to see you. Ah, I imagine it's very important. She left directions to some spot in the bog. The deep bog. Does that worry you? I've never thought we'd become so chubby, old chap. Listen, whatever you've gotten up to, I officially want no part of it. Pack your things. If you want to make it out of the deep bog alive, you ain't welcome. If you make it out of the deep bog alive, you ain't welcome at the last stand no more. A rather ungracious dismissal, my good Hebel. But I'll honor your request as a parting gift. Ask about the deep bog. One thing before I go. What exactly are you so worried about, I'd rather meet my fate a bit more prepared. Anybody who goes into the deep bog doesn't come out alive. I don't want to meet the company you'll be keeping. Ominous. I look forward to deciphering exactly what you mean. Be well, Hebel. And as a word of kindness, be ready for change. Looking for coins? I got them coins to trade. Alright. We won't get a better coin, it's the same coins that we had the option of getting before. I like the one that we have, so... Done. But... buy cards. We'll take the slurry. I guess I'll take the adrenaline shot for 1. And the liquid courage. You recognize the colors of a member of the Rise, boldly out and about on the main roads. You a grifter stranger? Under contract, maybe? She's a Rise philanthropeer. Pretend you don't know about the Rise. The Rise? Is that a motivational group? Or a baking technique, perhaps? Motivational, sure. We're a workers' rights movement. You heard of the insurrection in the bread fields? Where the laborers striked against the Admiralty occupation? Yes, that does sound familiar. That was the Rise. So now in Grout Bog, we're trying to do the same against the Spark Barons. Fair pay for good work. No demerits, no bottomless contracts. Of course, the overhead is killer. We need money to keep operating, and our members are lacking. You want some literature? For a small fee, I mean. 5 Rise Manifesto. Oh, this one. For 1 shield. Yes. Very well, let's see this literature. Hopefully this answers any questions you might have. Be careful who might see you with it, though. Clem continues down the road, leaving you to your reading. Nice. Guard, vendor. I think this is our last chance to do all these things. Gain 4 vanish. What is a vanish? Every time you play a card, gamble and reduce this by 1. So it's like getting 4 gambles for 1. But then... oh, the spin is randomized in how many gambles you get. And it's also an argument with 4 resolve, which there's combos with that, of course. Pinch. Not bad. And it upgrades into 5 vanish or ambush. Another brain tick, so that I can keep battles going even longer and keep getting XP. Oh, whenever you apply debuff to an enemy gain 2 defense with 1 XP requirement. Here, if I gamble twice, oh, here we have to hit hits twice in a row to in a single turn to evoke this one. That's not what we want. We don't have a lot of money, unfortunately. Let me check. Distressor, vulnerability is twice as effective. No. Battlecrafts, scattershot, no. You know what? I'll take that brain tick for that combo. Let's try to make it work. Not this one. Draw 2 cards, gain 1 charge for each attack drawn. No. Brain tick though. For that extra XP gain. And now we're going on an expedition. I get it. Anyway, you're not shocked to see Calandra herself at the rendezvous point, flanked by a small cadre of Rise. Something about these freedom-fighting types leads to acts of heroism among the leadership. It's about time. I was beginning to worry Heppel hadn't delivered the message. He did. He was rather displeased, in fact. I guess he's this superstitious sort. Well, thanks to your intel. We spent all night studying the known maps for this part of the bog. Most of it is unpassable, as likely to eat your leg off as let you pass. But judging by the terrain and what we know about the bogger's movement, this map is our best guess. I've charted my fair share of unmapped territory. This should be simple. Just you? Where's Fleckfist? Keeping the barons distracted. Besides, this is a dangerous, and I wouldn't ask Fleckfist to do something I wouldn't do myself. He asked me to send his regards, though. Apparently you impressed him yesterday. Fleckfist can be stubborn, but he's never been anyone more loyal. But there's never been anyone more loyal. we can do... No, let's just head out. The expedition. This is the final big quest for this playthrough here. And I think we'll keep it to next episode. It's probably going to take 2 episodes. It's a pretty long one. It's like a grand treasure hunt. Yeah, but it'll be in the next one. See you guys then, and bye-bye.